Hi everybody. I thought I'd been recording and showed the methodology of some of the food that I started off talking about, i.e. the flatbread. I did the, let me sort of show you. I did the corn with the minced, the diced onions that my husband had done. I have flattened it into, the flatbread, which I had the other day, yesterday to be precise. I flattened one out, filled in the mixture, spread it around and put the other layer on, sealed it. I haven't actually done it on the pan yet because I'm going to do that fresh closer to the time for the husband. I ended up showing you how I part boiled the potatoes, but it didn't upload and it just disappeared, so I've ended up showing you the end result of the potatoes, which were cut to this size. I have also cooked the peels at the very end with the hot oil. Haven't put the salt, I'm going to do that to the very end. But my main concern was what I had shown in the video, which is gutting, but was the mujadara. Now the mujadara is almost done, it's still on the pot. I'm actually going to turn off onto that because it looks like it's finished, but how I had done it was that I put the cup of the brown rice, which turned out to be loads. So for every cup of rice that I did, you're supposed to put, with a shorter grain, 2 cups of boiled water. And with the half cup of the vermicelli, which were the 2 round ones that came from the shop ready made. Now that one ring or bun of it is classified as what's equivalent to 1 per person. Crushed 2 of them, they'll be the half of the cup. So equivalent to 2.5 rice, even though 1.5 rice, even though 1 cup was rice, half was pasta. But you've got to put that in the equation with the amount of water that I put in. So for every cup of short rice was 2 cups. Half would be like 2 and 3/4 cup. So I boiled the brown lentils, the cup first. I'm always going to use half of it, but the other half I tend to leave at the side and just sort of snack on it because it's high in protein. Same health-wise as red meat, but it's kind of lighter. Sometimes it bloats the stomach, which if you really does hurt you into the IBS trigger off, then you could take tablets like Buscopan or Mebeverin, which I'm on both. With that dish now, I've put with it, boiled the lentils first until this, how do I know it's cooked? The skin of the brown lentils tend to pretty much come off from the brown lentils when you're stirring it. It takes about half an hour, and you can also tell that the brownness of the brown lentils is slightly lighter. So what will happen is that after it was cooked, give it about half an hour boiled, use the water that's in there with the cinnamon and the crushed garlic to give the flavour with the rice. I took half the amount of the cooked brown lentils, put it in here, and you will see that the vermicelli is golden brown with the ghee. The colour of the brown lentils is a lot lighter, and the whole rice has taken from the sort of the colour of the cooking and the cinnamon. It smells very cinnamony. I'm going to close on that now. After it boiled, I put the rice all together. I let it come to a boil, and then when it came to the water being just under or the same level as the rice, I sort of put it on low and let it sort of cook until, as you see now, and that usually takes about 20-25 minutes on low after it's been boiled. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The salad is in the fridge, the yogurt salad, and it helps with sort of calming down the stomach. Sorry, I was shaking there because my stomach is now hurting. It's the muscles tense, so I'm going to have to sit down. I'm near the dishwasher, so that sound is unlike yesterday, which was the washing machine. Today it's the dishwasher. I tend to struggle sort of picking up stuff, so let's see how that goes. But yeah, my husband is already like craving the chips. He can smell it. He's getting really, really hungry, and he's like, "It's not fair. It's not fair." But I feel really bad having to do it so early. But come at the closest to the time, I'm not going to be able to sort of do what I do. I'm struggling. Normally I can multitask and do all this within like prep in 5 minutes, do the stuff without getting him to help, cook and everything, and be done in, everything be done on the cooker in 15-20 minutes prep time, additional, and then let it cook and come back within 45 minutes. The whole food would have been done. It's now taking me a few hours, so my energy levels are always in the morning, and the fact that I'm still going to have to come back and wait for the flatbread with the corn mince in it, it's going to come out, I'm already shattered. My back aches, everything aches. I won't be surprised if I crash out really early. I'm going to have to go take my meds, and I'm probably going to be asking him to do pretty much most of the heating and guide him how to do the flatbread, because I have a feeling the closer to 8 o'clock it's going to be really hard for me to stand up and do anything. But anyway, on that note, the pictures of the rest of the food closer to the time is going to go on my me and Crest on my personal sort of Facebook group, and it will probably be uploaded to the group that I'm with, that's on how to feed a family on a budget of about £1 a day or something like that, and proportion for the two of us, that pretty much covers it. I always end up doing a little bit more because I tend to sort of try and sort of help feeding the neighbours if they're short. I'm aware the next upstairs neighbour only has his kids around. If they're around and they want some, they can always have some, and there'll be 3 of them. So yes, it's not just my family that I feed more, so I always end up going over the budget, but it's more like I'm feeding my family and whoever is there. So yeah, sometimes when it's not during the lockdown, we also get a lot of people coming in, visiting. I also have an open door policy, but the better half tends to like having a bit of notice, so if anybody tends to come round, it's just for him to prep and stuff like that. But for me, I guess it's part of how I grew up, how the family is when we're in Egypt and Ramadan and non-Ramadan, like people are always like around and talking to each other over the balconies. I haven't lived there, I was born and raised here, but pretty much go there a lot on the holidays, break times. I really do miss Ramadan and Eid and times like that over there. And always around here during Christmas and Easter, because I've got the best of both worlds really, and I love both cultures, used to it. Can't do Christmas and Easter over there, just does not feel the same. And it's the same as Ramadan and Eid, and I'm struggling now with lockdown, that not even that, I can't even go and visit my family on top of it. So, but you know what, being on the severely high risk, I got another text message from the government coronavirus team yesterday saying now, because I'm in the severely high category, I've got to be indoors till June at least, unless otherwise instated. So yeah, everybody else seems to be sort of, they may loosen up, but I can't. So till June I can't even see my parents. Hey ho, at the end of the day, I'd rather that and see them later on in the year than not being able to see them at all, and God forbid the worst. But anyway, I'm absolutely shattered. I'm going to go lie down for a bit. I've closed on the rice, the mujadara. It's only got the flatbreads to do closest to the time for him, and yeah, I hope you guys had a nice day, relaxing day. If you have any questions, feel free to ask, feel free to sort of post me, email me. The email's on the profile. If not, again, comment, and please feel free to like, share, and have any questions, as I mentioned, get in contact. Yep, anyway, hopefully this time we'll get loaded.